We are underway. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another stream here between Arizona and Purdue. Arizona's going to get the first possession. It's Krivas on the turnaround, and the jumper is no good. Rebounded by TKR. Braden will look to push it in transition. The fadeaway is no good. Arizona will now bring it the other way. And it's going to be a turnover. Out of bounds off of Burries. CJ Cox gets in there. So a really nice play there on the defensive end for Purdue. Braden will bring it up. It's Clough now at the top of the key. Now Lawyer, now TKR, guarded by Krivas. Now up to Lawyer. Lawyer, the mid-range. No. So two good looks for Purdue, two misses. And Bradley now bringing it the other way. They throw it down low to Pete, and it's out of bounds off of Lawyer, who came around for the help. Just switching around the colors here for a second. Still no score left in this one. It's going to be a corner for three for Arizona, and it's good. That's Burries, who gives the Wildcats the early lead. So Arizona up 3-0. Can Purdue match? It's Kaufman-Wren guarded by Krivas. Now Braden. Can they get Arizona in trouble in these ball screen coverages? Braden takes the triple and he knocks it down. Braden Smith with his first basket of the game, and Purdue is on the board. Krivas down low. He gives it back out to Burries. Now Burries takes the screen. Karchenkov now barreling through on Lawyer. The layup is up and in. So nice take. The help by Kaufman-Wren just a little bit late. And it's two early buckets for Arizona. Double stagger for Braden. Now a rescreen. He gets inside Smith. Pump fake. TKR, a couple of fake dribble handoffs. Kaufman-Wren takes the push shot from the free throw line. That is no good. Rebounded by Cox. So it's staying here with Purdue. Now a wing ball screen for Braden Smith and Kaufman-Wren. Pretty clear that they want to put Krivas in some actions early, and the ball is on the floor, and it'll be a jump ball. The ball will stay with Purdue. They're showing the replay of the Braden Smith 3 that got Purdue on the board. They're going to sit off Braden Smith on these screens. He's going to have to shoot it. They're looking inside for Kaufman-Wren. And Burries comes, and now he leaves. Kaufman-Wren spins, puts it up, and he gets the friendly roll off the backboard. So a tough bucket there by Trey Kaufman-Wren, and we are tied up at 5. They're looking inside for Krivas, one-on-one with Clough. The help sort of comes, but not fast enough as Krivas turns around and lays it in. Purdue's going to have to be able to play some defense down low without fouling, because the post options outside of those two, not the best. Kaufman-Wren now at the top of the key. Now he gives it to Smith. Smith, turnaround, fadeaway, mid-range is good. So Purdue matching them so far, blow for blow. Karchenkov now, guarded by Lawyer. There's basically a size mismatch at every position for Purdue. They're going to have to find a way to get around it. Got to be active with the hands, got to force some turnovers. Bradley now, guarded by Cox. Nice screen by Pete, leaves Cox on the floor. He gets it, and he hits the teardrop. 9-7 Arizona. We're under 16 minutes, so we are owed a media timeout next whistle. Smith now over to TKR. Now back to Braden. Smith takes the triple, and it is good. Braden Smith shooting the ball well so far, and Purdue take a 10-9 lead. Arizona has not trailed since the first half of the Big 12 championship game. Wow, that was quite a few games ago. Karchenkov loses it, goes out to Burries. He takes it in. Layup is no good. Krivas with the rebound, and he is fouled by Kaufman-Renn. So an early foul for TKR. And that'll bring us to the first media timeout. We'll be back after a short break. We are back from the first media timeout. It's Purdue 10, Arizona 9, with Krivas going to the line for two. The earlier Elite Eight game today was with Illinois and Iowa, and it was the Fighting Illini that get to the Final Four for the first time since 2005. We will see them next Saturday in Indianapolis against the winner of UConn and Duke tomorrow. On the other side of the bracket, we are going to see the winner of this game take on the winner of Tennessee and Michigan. The first free throw by Krivas is good, and we are tied up at 10. Jack Benter has entered the game for Purdue. Kaufman-Renn takes a seat, and Arizona takes an 11-10 lead. No subs yet for Arizona. Smith on a screen and rescreen with Clough. Smith the mid-range, no good. Rebounded by Krivas. Now Bradley will bring it the other way for Arizona. Skips it over to Burries. Takes the triple, and it's short. Rebounded by Koa-Pete. Now Bradley, mid-range jumper, rattles home. Jaden Bradley with his first two of the game, and Arizona take a 13-10 lead. Smith now gets it, splits the double team, kicks it out to Benter, nearly a backcourt violation. And Braden Smith's going to have a short clock here. He's going to have to do something. 4 seconds. 3. Smith, pump fake, kicks it over to Lawyer, takes the triple, and it rattles in and out. Rebound by Braden Burries. Here comes Arizona the other way in transition. Krivas looking for Pete inside, guarded by Benter. This is not going to be good for Purdue as Pete lays it in very easily. Arizona takes a 15-10 lead. 8 points in the paint already for the Wildcats. That is going to be a theme of this one for sure. Lawyer now being run off the line by Bradley. Gets it down low to Clough. Nice post move, and the lefty layup is in off the window for 2. A good action there. Get Clough a nice post touch and a good move with his weak hand. The layup is good. Karchenkov now on the wing. Now it's Krivas. Free throw line jumper. No. Rebounded by Lawyer. Now Purdue can bring it the other way, but it's turned over. Karchenkov reads the pass, takes it all the way, and he lays it in for 2. So Purdue get the stop that they were looking for. They get the rebound, but the outlet pass is turned over at Arizona. Convert. 17-12 Wildcats. It's an extended 8-2 run over the last 2 minutes for Arizona. Smith now going past Bradley, kicks it over to Cox. The corner triple is no good, but it's rebounded by Oscar Clough. Ball movement, Lawyer for 3 from the top of the key. That is no good, but it's rebounded by Clough again. Ball is loose. It's out to Braden. Smith takes the 3, and it looks like there's going to be a foul before then. So a hectic run of plays there. A hectic run of plays, and it's... I believe they're going to call the foul there on Arizona. Not entirely sure. Yep, it's going to stay with Purdue. Omer Meyer into the game for the first time. Jakari Harris in the game for the first time. And TKR is back in. And they're going to call an offensive foul with him pushing off, trying to get that inbounds pass. And that is going to be Trey Kaufman-Wren's second foul. I mean, there is a little bit of a push-off there. For TKR, you have to understand that could be called the hands near the neck. That's something that he should not have done. So 2 early fouls for Kaufman-Wren, exactly what you couldn't have if you were Purdue. They're going to have to find a way to stay in this game until halftime, or he's going to have to come back in. Del Orso and Awaka are in for Arizona. They're probably going to be the only 2 off the bench that we see. The short turnaround hook shot for Awaka gets the roll, and it's 19-12 Arizona. The Wildcats getting a lot of high percentage looks around the rim. Purdue's going to have to shoot it to hang around here, especially without their post threat in there. Smith goes and gets it. Gets it to Clough inside, and he is fouled by Bradley. So the second foul on Arizona. Now this one's actually going to be on Awaka. It's a nice pocket pass between his legs from Clough. A lot of hands in there. And a lot of hands on the ball in there too. Probably not a foul, honestly. So we'll be shooting for Clough. They're going to call that a shooting foul somehow. Really just don't understand that. And he gets the first free throw to go in. So 19-13 Arizona. Daniel Jacobson has entered the game for the first time. He has not really been a big part of Purdue's rotation here the last few games, but with Arizona's size, with TKR's foul trouble, that sort of becomes a necessity. The Australian misses the second free throw, but it's rebounded by Purdue. So a couple of extra possessions here for Purdue. Can the Boilermakers make it count? Awaka is out guarding Braden Smith, and man, Arizona's just sitting right in the paint. It's a triple by Braden Smith. It's no good, and there's going to be a foul on the floor on Arizona. So that'll take us to the under 12 media timeout. Arizona up 6 so far. We'll be back after the break. We are back from the timeout. A little bit of a hectic play there before we came back. But it is Arizona ball now, and it's Burries who brings it up the floor. Del Orso and Awaka in the pick and roll on the side. Awaka barrels in. He flips it up. The shot is no good. Rebounded by Clough. So nice box out there, and nice push from Purdue. Smith in the middle pick and roll with Clough. The push shot is way off, but it's rebounded by Braden Smith, who thought Meyer was where he wasn't. And it's out of bounds, and it's a turnover. So this middle ball screen Purdue has exclusively gone to here so far for the most part, and it's getting a lot of these mid-range push shots from the big or floaters for Braden Smith. Don't know if that's like the most efficient shot, but it's what they're going to be able to get against Arizona. So they're going to have to do it a little better. Braden Smith will check out of the game. So 19-13 Arizona, 10:49 remaining in the first half. See what Tommy Lloyd and Arizona can draw up here. It's Bradley and Krivas in the wing pick and roll here on the left. Krivas now one-on-one with Jacobson. Harris comes with the help. It's kicked to Del Orso for three, and it rolls in and out, and the rebound is out of bounds, and it'll go to Purdue. Omer Meyer was there before getting it knocked out of bounds. It was Karchenkov who it was off of. And Jacobson will check out. And that Kaufman-Ren's going to come back into the game here with 2 fouls by the looks of it. So a big gamble here for Matt Painter. Meyer and Clough now. Kaufman-Renn to Lawyer on the dribble handoff. Lawyer down to Clough. Kicks it out to Jakari Harris for three, and he rattles it home. So a nice play there. Nice passing from Purdue. And the Boilermakers are within three. Karchenkov running the point here. They're looking inside for Krivas. Now Bradley on the drive. Bradley pulls up from inside the free throw line, and the mid-range does not go. Rebounded by Harris, and Purdue, a couple of good defensive possessions in a row for the Boilers. Can they take advantage on the other end? Myers looking inside for TKR, and he gets it to him. One-on-one with Krivas. Kaufman-Renn backs him down. Kaufman-Renn, a couple of power dribbles, picks up his dribble, pump fakes. The hook shot is no good. Really good defense there by Krivas. He may have got a piece of it. And the ensuing transition play is stripped. So another turnover for Arizona. Meyer now in TKR in the middle pick and roll. Meyer, mid-range, gets the roll. So this Purdue attacking this drop coverage, especially when it's in the middle of the floor a lot, and they are within one. It's a 6-0 run for Purdue. 3 minutes without a point for Arizona. Del Orso fires it inside to Awaka, and the shot is blocked. Out of bounds, it will stay with Purdue. Or it will stay with Arizona, rather. But some really good defense here for the Boilers. And Omer Meyer and Braden Smith feel like they're going to have a healthy dose of mid-range jumpers today. And actually, it looks like they called a foul on that last play because Toby Awaka is at the free throw line. So an unfortunate play there for Purdue. Still look pretty good defensively to me. Awaka, the free throw is good. And the second free throw is good, and Arizona has extended their lead out to 3. Meyer now in a little bit of a screen and rescreen action here in the middle of the floor. And it's a harder hedge here. No drop coverage when it's Awaka. Clough, the turnaround is no good. He gets his own rebound. He lays it up and in. So a little bit of a counter there from Tommy Lloyd when it's Awaka who's the one being screened versus Krivas. But it still results in 2 points for Purdue. 6 offensive boards for the Boilers already. That is something that did not expect to happen, and Arizona will certainly look to fix that. And Clough steals it at the top of the key. Just a lazy pass. It's kicked out to Lawyer. Lawyer drives, kicks it. Harris, corner 3 is good, and Sha'Carri Harris gives Purdue the lead. Sloppy offensive possessions here for Arizona, and the Boilers have taken a 23-21 lead. It's Karchenkov now on the wing, guarded by TKR. It's up to Krivas, and it's turned over again. Nope, it's out of bounds. Omer Meyer cannot get the ball in time, but it's a nice run here from Purdue. They're making some shots. It's over 4 minutes without a point now for Arizona. It's the under 8 timeout. We'll be back after the break. We are back from the break. They were interviewing Matt Painter there and how Purdue is aiming to keep the Arizona guards out of the lane. They're very aggressive with their switches, and they're going to have to do that without fouling. Kaufman Wren gave a good few minutes. He's back on the bench. Braden Smith's still on the bench. It was a lot of bench players. Meyer, Jacobson, Sha'Carri Harris given serious minutes for Purdue there. It's no field goals for over 5 minutes for Arizona, and the shot is blocked. Bradley's layup is blocked. Purdue coming the other way. They're looking for Jacobson inside. He has a good angle, but he's unable to knock it in. So Arizona bringing it the other way. About 7:10 remaining in the game now. And it's another missed shot by Arizona. So Purdue has a chance to extend on their 2-point lead here. It's Meyer and Clough in the middle ball screen. How about that? If you're tired of me saying it, I am too. Meyer takes the mid-range and he gets the bounce off the front of the rim. The Boilers putting together a really, really nice run here. They lead by 4. Pete going downhill, and the layup is good to break the seal for Arizona. It was quite a while without a point, but they get to there. Koa Pete just being aggressive, going to the hoop. Meyer, middle ball screen, another teardrop mid-range is no good, rebounded by Karchenkov. Bradley coming the other way. They get it inside to Pete. Pete one-on-one with Jacobson. The double comes. Pete passes out of it for a wide-open triple by Bradley, and it is off the mark. And Purdue get the rebound. Meyer now. It's been 5 or so minutes with Braden Smith off the floor. It's Lawyer now on the wing. It's a double stagger for Lawyer. He pump fakes, wanted to shoot it, didn't. Harris now on the other wing. Now Clough down low. The entry pass is knocked back to Harris. Harris gets Burries in the air. And the shot is no good. And it's a shot clock violation because it did not hit the rim. So we're going the other way now with Arizona. Long stretch of play without a whistle there. Purdue has to be thinking about getting Braden Smith back in this game. Arizona, a couple of freshmen, their points mostly coming from them. Purdue the other way with seniors. The common denominator is that neither of them are going to be have much returning minutes next year. These Arizona players are likely going to be one and dones. Pete barreling through, and it's blocked by Jacobson, but they're going to call a foul on Oscar Clough. So that is his first, and the team's 5th of the half, and it'll be 2 free throws for Koa Pete. Clough did look like he fouled them, but Jacobson came over and blocked the shot anyway. Clough wants a review, but that's not how that works. So Koa Pete to the line for 2. And the first one is through. Kaufman-Renn back in the game for Purdue. It's about 5 or so minutes. If we can get him another spurt here, maybe until the last media timeout, and then try and get to halftime after that, I think that is how Matt Painter and Purdue are going to operate. Koa Pete for the tie now, and he knocks it down. So right back where we started here with 5:20 remaining in the first half. Braden Smith is back in, and it is the starting lineup that is back in the game here for Purdue. Fletcher Lawyer hasn't really had a ton of shots. It's been a lot of point guard stuff out of the ball screen. Smith now comes and gets it. He gets the double stagger. He shovels it to Clough, and the layup is no good, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Purdue. It's a really nice pass by Braden Smith. Clough's got to knock that down. 5:02 remaining now in the first half. And is Arizona going to challenge this? It looked like it actually went off Clough there on the replay, but they aren't. So it is going to be Purdue ball here. Smith now. Middle ball screen from Clough. He loses it and he has to retreat. Short clock here for Braden Smith. He's got 5 seconds left. He's going to have to do something. Smith drives. Smith pump fake. And the shot is no good. He got Krivas on the pump fake, but he was unable to hit the turnaround jumper. Bradley, now Krivas, now Burries takes the triple, and it's no good off the back iron, but it's Karchenkov who was there for the rebound, and he puts it home for 2, and Arizona is back in the lead. 8 second chance points for Arizona so far, and a little bit of a different ball screen coverage here. Pete is coming out and hedging a little bit. It still results in a TKR push shot from the free throw line. That is good. The rotation a little bit late. And that's how that can happen. 4 points for TKR. Bradley now on the wing. Now he's up top. Gets the from Krivas, and the pass from Karchenkov is blocked. Turned over, and CJ Cox, looking for Braden Smith, throws it out of bounds and gives it right back to Purdue. 3:45 remaining. That means it's time for our last media time out of the first half. We're all tied at 27. We'll be back after the break. We are back from the final media timeout of the first half. It is Arizona who will inbound it first. Feels like a big couple of 4 minutes here. Purdue has obviously been up to the challenge so far, but can the Boilers finish this half strong and be, tied or within a few points at half? Pete going to work, and it's blocked by Jacobson and Braden Smith with the save. The Boilers' defense has come to play. This Arizona offense has been super efficient. They scored 109 2 days ago. They only have 27 here, about 16 minutes into this game. But can the Boilers' offense get going even more? Smith steps to the side. He takes the triple, and it's pure. Braden Smith gives Purdue a 3-point lead. TKR, as I predicted, to the bench. I think they're going to try and get to halftime without having to use him again. We'll see how that goes. Karchenkov to the hoop. The little floater is no good, and the ball is out of bounds. And it'll go back to Purdue. So some really interesting schematic stuff here from both coaches. Purdue doing their best to cut off the driving lanes. And Braden Smith, who is a pass-first point guard, taking it upon himself to put put the Rock up a few more times tonight. And he's already got 11 points. So Purdue's up 3 here. Can they extend the lead? Braden Smith now comes and gets it. And Jaden Bradley knocks it out of bounds and will stay with Purdue. So it's Jacobson and the starters minus TKR in right now. And Braden's going to come and get it. 2:30 and counting remaining. Smith kicks it out to the wing. CJ Cox for 3. That is good. And the Boilermakers take a 6-point lead. Burries now, and it's a moving screen on Awaka. So Arizona all out of sorts on offense, and Purdue's defensive scheme here is causing some problems. Braden Smith and the guards for Purdue are getting in the lane, and they're either hitting the mid-range or spraying it at a pretty good rate here. And Awaka, I'm not so sure about that. I'm not sure that's a moving screen. But it's not up to me, and it's Purdue ball. Arizona looks like they're going to call a timeout here, so we're going to take a short break. We are back from the break. Purdue has it here, and guess what? It's from Braden Smith's hands. It's a little bit of a more aggressive hedge there by Krivas, so there's a little bit of a change from Tommy Lloyd. Clough going inside on Awaka. He turns around, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Purdue. So a nice block there from Toby Awaka. And Purdue will have 10 seconds left on the shot clock here to try and do something. Lawyer will inbound. He throws it into Clough, and now Braden is trying to get it here, and he nearly goes back court, and he's only got 5 seconds left. He's got to do something. He puts up the triple. No good. So a really nice possession there defensively by Arizona, and Jaden Bradley will bring it up. No points for 2.5 minutes, but Bradley earns himself a trip to the free throw line there with a nice pump fake. Gave Braden Smith a little bit of a taste of his own medicine right there with a very aggressive head fake. And Jaden Bradley, the Big 12 Player of the Year, will go to the line for 2. And the first free throw is good by Bradley. So it's 33-28. Koa Pete checking back in for Krivas. Just 3 points for Bradley tonight. And the second one is good as well. So 29 now for Arizona. Boilers up by 4 here, 144 and counting remaining in this first half. Can Purdue finish off this first half strong? They're going to do a little bit of a double stagger action here. It's a hard hedge off Smith. It's a Lawyer triple, and he knocks it down. So a little bit of a counter there from Matt Painter off of Arizona's new ball screen defense. And it's Lawyer who knocks it home. Purdue up by 7. Bradley taps it in for a wide open pass to Koa Pete, and he lays it in. So a nice sort of reverse Spain action there by Arizona. And they're back within 5. A minute remaining here in the first half. It's a screen and rescreen for Purdue. They're hedging it again. They want the ball out of Braden Smith's hands. They force a bad shot, but it's a rebound by Cox, and he knocks down the mid-range for 2. So Boilers lead 38-31 here, and it was a perfectly executed 2-for-1. Oh, nope, it's not, because Arizona's going to take a quick shot and give it right back to Purdue on the air ball. So about 12 seconds left, give or take, in between the game and the shot clock. Clough banging down low, kicks it out. Smith for 3, short. Rebound is corralled by Garchenkov, and Arizona can hold for 1 here. They do not have their timeout left, so expect them to try and draw something up here. Burries has it at the top of the key, and we have 10 seconds left remaining in the half. Burries, forced wide, gives it to Koa Pete. Koa Pete going one-on-one with Clough. The help comes. He throws it off the window. No good. And Braden Smith with the rebound. And a really, really solid half from the Boilermakers. And they have a 7-point lead at the break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second half. Purdue up 7. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. We are back for the second half, and it is Arizona that will control the ball first. Purdue up by 7 at the half. Obviously, a little bit surprising there. The first shot is no good. It's Krivas who gets the rebound, and his second attempt is no good. So Purdue get a stop to start the second half. Arizona is seeking to reach their first Final Four since 2001. Purdue was there just a few years ago when they lost to UConn in the national championship game. They get TKR on the short roll, and he nearly travels. And the shot is up, and he's going to get a loose ball foul trying to get the rebound. Took him 39 seconds into the second half to get his third foul. That's just not something that you can do if you're TKR. He's probably wishing he had got whistled for the travel there. Disappointing there for TKR. Finally, he can come back on the floor, start playing a little bit freer, and he gives up the foul very, very quickly. So back to Arizona here, down 7. Bradley drives to the hoop. He flips up a shot out of control, and it looks like he's going to get whistled, or Braden Smith is going to be whistled for a foul there. So not a whole lot in that, other than Bradley just putting his head down and getting to the hoop. So Bradley on the line for 2. First one is in for the first point of the second half. The Big 12 Player of the Year. 1 for 5 from the field. He's now got 5 points and 4 assists. It is a little bit odd. It looks like he's a right-handed shooter, and his left foot is in the middle of the floor. That's not something that they teach quite often in free throws, but it's working for him here because he goes 2 for 2. Purdue, up by 5 years. Braden Smith will walk the ball up the floor. Braden Smith gets it. Doesn't take the free throw line mid-range, and he fires it to Oscar Clough, who converts from short range for 2. So a really nice play there from Purdue. They showed hard on Braden Smith instead of doing that drop coverage, and he was able to see that difference. Smith hits the floor, and that's a non-contact injury. It's a missed shot by Braden Burries, but Smith is holding his ankle badly. That did not look good. He rolled his ankle. And he wants some help getting up. He has gotten up under his own power. He is walking around. Yeah, he just tweaked his ankle. His right one. And it looks like he's going to try and stay in the game here. It didn't look good. We'll see if that affects him moving forward here as Purdue fans are collectively holding their breath. He is going to stay in the game, so sigh of relief for now. We'll see if that's affecting him here in these last 18 minutes and 39 seconds. He's going to go right past Jaden Bradley here and then get the screen. So I'm going to guess not. Mid-range jumper is a little bit short from Braden, but still the bursts still look pretty good there, so I think he is okay. 7 straight misses from 3 for Arizona. They just have the 1. Bradley kicks it. Wide open Karchenkov for 3. No. Rebounded by Krivas, and he hits the floor. And they're going to call a foul on Oscar Clough. Surely looked like a travel there on Krivas. It looked like he whipped back and hit his head. So a little bit of a disjointed start to the second half here. Clough is going to be called for the foul here, and he does trip him, but he may have already been coming down. So let's see here. They're fighting for the ball. Yeah, if that was up to me, that's not a foul. Krivas is already headed to the floor before he makes contact with Clough's foot. But it's not. Krivas is going to have to go. Well, they're not going to make him come out of the game. I would think they would after a head injury like that. But no, just the foul on Clough. And Pete now going to work on Jacobson. The turnaround jumper is pure. So Arizona within 5. 12 points for the Arizona freshman Koa Pete. – . . . . . – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – Smith looking for Cox. Now he gets it to Clough. And a lot of hands here on Arizona. They're going to call the foul on Karchenkov. Trying to bump and reach on cutters. That is not going to fly for very long. So it's not a game for the weak in the paint. If you're going to go in there, get ready to get contact, to get hands. It's not one for the weak ones inside. All right, Purdue gets it into Braden Smith here, who's guarded by Jaden Bradley. Braden dribbling around. Short roll pass to Clough. Clough barrels in over Krivas, and he lays it up and in. That is a tough two by Oscar Clough over Krivas, but it goes down. Pete now one-on-one with Clough. Same turnaround jumper that he just made, and he makes it again. So Pete is up to 14, and Arizona back within 5. Purdue clearly do want to slow this game down a little bit. Braden Smith is walking it over the timeline just in time here. A double stagger for Smith, another short roll for Clough, and this time it is blocked by Krivas and out of bounds. So Koa Pete is definitely becoming the go-to guy in this spot for Arizona. And Krivas did a really good job there of standing tall and then getting the block. It's into C.J. Cox now. And now Braden Smith. Short clock here. He's going to have to do something. He's got 5 seconds left. He goes past Burries. He stops. He flips it up, and that's blocked. It's an air ball. Really good defense by Arizona as Koa Pete is going to bring the ball up the floor himself. Burries, wing triple, pure. And Arizona, it's their second 3 of the game, and the Wildcats are within 2. Braden now another middle ball screen with Clough. He gets it to Jacobson down low, who is fouled on the way up. So it'll be 2 free throws for the red shirt freshman. 16-12 remaining in the second half. We are close to the under 16. It's a little bit of a trailer play there by Burries. He's a little bit late coming down the floor, and nobody really picks him up on the 3-point line. And he gets the puppies organized, and he knocks him down. So now Jacobson to the line for 2. The first free throw is no good off the back iron. So Jacobson providing some positive minutes tonight with so much foul trouble from Trey Kaufman-Renn. And Jacobson misses both of them deep. So 0 for 2 for Jacobson. You'd have to think maybe Purdue thinks about bringing TKR back in after this media timeout. 1 for 4 from the line for Purdue, while Arizona is a perfect 10 for 10. Bradley barreling through into the paint. He lays it up and in, and we are tied. So Jaden Bradley and Koa Pete getting the crowd active here in California, and a 7-0 run by Purdue, or by Arizona, has the Wildcats tied. A little bit of miscommunication from Purdue's side here. And this play is totally out of sorts. It's just been Braden Smith dribbling here. And now it's a high ball screen. Braden Smith for 3. No. Rebounded by Clough. He is fouled inside by Krivas. So what looked like a pretty broken possession there by Purdue is going to result in 2 free throws for Oscar Clough. 15:21 remaining, which means it's time for the under 16 timeout. We are tied at 42. Don't go anywhere. And we are back from the under 16 timeout. Trey Kaufman-Renn is back in the game for Purdue as Oscar Clough knocks down the first free throw. He has 3 fouls, so they're going to try and obviously get him some minutes here. The offense for Purdue has looked way better when Kaufman-Renn has been on the floor. Jacobson goes to the bench. Probably going to have to see more minutes from him today. And Clough misses the second free throw. So 2 for 6 from the line for Purdue today. But the Boilers lead by 1. Harris now guarding Bradley. Koa Pete wants a screen. It's a 4-5 pick and roll. It's Koa Pete from the free throw line. No. Nice rebound there by Oscar Clough. And Braden gets it, and he'll bring it up for Purdue. Braden Smith gets into the paint, rises up, kicks it to Harris. Corner 3, that is way off. Rebounded by Krivas. And Arizona can bring it the other way. Burries now. Bradley gets Harris in the air, flips it up, and he is going to go to the line for 2. So Arizona starting to get some momentum in this one. It's a nice pump fake. He gets Harris off the ground, and then once Harris left the ground, Jaden Bradley was always trekking over to that free throw line. So if Bradley makes both, he'll get to the double figures mark. He's not a big-time scorer, but he does pretty consistently score in the 13 to 15 range. And the first free throw is good, and we are tied at 43. Arizona has never had more than 35 wins in a program, in program history. They did in 1988 when they went to the Final Four. And if they were to break that with a victory today, they would also be headed to the Final Four. So 2 for 2 for Jaden Bradley, and Arizona have the lead. Smith guarded by Jaden Bradley. It's the first lead for Arizona since 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Smith gets the screen, short roll for Kaufman-Renn, pump fake, back out to Braden. It's not a great pass, so here we go again with another middle ball screen. Kaufman-Renn, push shot from the free throw line, rattles in and out. Nice stop there by Arizona. They've got a chance to extend their 1-point lead. Koa Pete going to work in the post. He fires it up, and he is fouled. Arizona's physicality here starting to make a little bit of an impact. Good first shot defense there by Purdue, but unable to get the rebound, and then they foul Koa Pete. A freshman will be headed to the NBA next year in all likelihood. And the first free throw is way off. So 14:02 remaining. We still need a called timeout in the second half. So Pete's second free throw here. Now the best he can do is give them a 2-point lead. And it's an empty trip. Free throw is no good. Lawyer with the rebound. What can Purdue do here? Can they take the lead back? Kaufman-Renn now on the left wing. It's Lawyer getting a double screen pin down, and they're jumping out at him. Lawyer goes past, turns around, loses it. Kaufman-Renn, Harris, he's going to have to put it up. And he misses the triple, so really good defense there by Arizona, and they get a stop. Bradley now for the Wildcats. Aggressive hedge. Bradley, pump fake. Kicks it out to Karchenkov. Karchenkov slips all the way to the hoop, and he lays it in for 2. And the Wildcats take a 3-point lead. 13 minutes to go here. Purdue led by 7 at the half, but now they trail by 3. Smith slicing and dicing with Clough. Jump stop, kicks it to TKR. Now back to Braden. Another short roll to TKR, and he is fouled on the floor. So, man, Purdue's offense is essentially 3 players right now. It's the two screeners in Braden Smith, and the two shooters are sticking in the corner, and they're trying to make it as much of a 3-on-3 as they can. Get space for Braden Smith to get past some of these bigger defenders for Arizona. So Lawyer to inbound here. He throws it into TKR, who throws it back to Lawyer, who lays it in. That's a really nice play. Really good awareness for Lawyer. And a nice pass by TKR, and Purdue are back within one. Just the second field goal of the game for Fletcher Lawyer. The first one was a triple. Karchenkov now going down low. He is fouled by Harris, so he will go to the line for 2. Seems like Arizona are just putting their edge down. They're going to the rack, and they're getting fouled. Looks like Jakari Harris is shaking up a little bit. Not exactly sure what happened. So he does not go straight up, and yet he might just land a little bit tough there. He sort of hip checked Karchenkov there and got twisted himself. Hopefully he is okay. Yeah, it looks like he is. He's up walking around. The sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, has been a key bench contributor this year. Inconsistent, when it comes to performances, but that's why he's not starting. So Karchenkov to the line for 2. Chance to extend Arizona's 1-point lead. And he gets the first one to go. So Burries will check out and take a break, and so will Oscar Clough on the Purdue side. It's Jacobson, Kaufman, Wren, Harris, Lawyer, Braden Smith in the game for Purdue. And for Arizona, it's Krivas, Awaka, Karchenkov, Del Orso, and Bradley. So the second free throw is good, and Arizona is back up by 3. 14 for 16 from the line. That's pretty good percentage for Arizona. The double stagger for Braden. He throws the alley-oop to Jacobson, and he loses it. Turnover, Purdue. Bradley coming the other way in transition. Del Orso gets him organized, puts up the triple, and buries it. Anthony Del Orso, a key shot off the bench. And Matt Painter and Purdue are going to call a timeout. This will be the media timeout as the first called timeout of the second half. Arizona up 6. Don't go anywhere. We are back. Purdue have given up the lead. It's a 16-3 run for Arizona. TKR barrels inside, kicks it to Harris, who dribbles it off his foot right to Fletcher Lawyer. Kaufman-Renn spins, flips it up and in, and they're going to call it on the floor. Wow, what an egregious missed call there. In the age of the continuation, that is definitely an and one. That is one of the worst calls that you will ever see in sports right there. He's spinning. The reach is on Bradley. Yeah, that is as simple as it gets. That's an and one. Painter and TKR have absolutely every reason to be pissed about this. This is an egregious call, and this will be the under 12 timeout. It's going to be a call on the floor, but in this day and age, that is certainly an and one. We'll be back after the break. We are back from the break here, showing the replay of that egregious call on the floor. That's an and one, simple as it gets. And they go back to TKR, another spin move, and he is fouled again with another no whistle. Clough with the rebound to Kaufman-Renn, and he slams it home. So he gets the 2 points he deserves. Just took him about 12 more seconds of game time to get it than we thought. Purdue back within 4 here. Kaufman-Renn still hot about this and one. That didn't. But he ends up with the 2 points, and after all, really, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean much. Arizona now with the ball. Bradley, now Krivas in the short roll. Going to work down low. The double team comes. Ball movement time. Karchenkov is fouled. So Arizona moving really, really sharply off the ball here. And Karchenkov will have a chance for 2 at the free throw line. 11:13 remaining in this one. 10 and 8 for Ivan Karchenkov. Chance to make it 12 here. And the first free throw is up, and he gets the roll off the front of the rim. 52-47. Omer Meyer checks in for Lawyer. Still Harris and Braden Smith in. No CJ Cox for a while. I have to wonder if he might be a little bit injured. And the second shot is good for Karchenkov, and Arizona is back up by 6. So 3 fouls for Lawyer, Kaufman, Wren, and Harris. What can Purdue do here? Braden Smith gets it to TKR, guarded by Krivas. Kaufman, Wren, in and out dribble, picks up his dribble, and he's called for the travel. My goodness. Disappointing turnover there by TKR. Let's see here exactly what happens. There's just not a travel there. And I'm not somebody who likes Purdue. In fact, my favorite team is their rivals, but a few tough calls here as Arizona has started to take control of this game. Pete now barrels in, misses it, gets his own rebound, and he lays it in. Arizona's size is just too much at the moment for Purdue. 16 for Koa Pete, and it feels like this is a really danger zone for Purdue. And there's going to be an off-the-ball foul here on Arizona. Koa Pete barreled in there. TKR did a nice job of not fouling, but got to get the rebound after you force the miss. And he did not. Smith takes the triple. They need it badly, and it's nowhere close. And Arizona gets the rebound. Koa Pete now flips it up to Krivas. He's got it deep. He fires it out. Del Orso for 3, short. Rebounded by Harris, and Purdue can look to push, although Arizona gets back pretty well. Harris slices through, and he lays it up and in. So a nice play there by Jakari Harris. A lot of minutes for the Purdue sophomore off the bench here in this one. He's got 8. Pete driving, kicks it to Bradley, and Bradley resets. Bradley, guarded by Harris, tries to get him in the air, and that is an acrobatic move. Great use of the pivot foot there by Bradley, and it's off the window and in. Probably picked it up, probably traveled, but it's a highlight reel type play there by Jaden Bradley. Arizona back up by 8. Meyer now coming off the double stagger, takes the mid-range, and it's no good. So these contested mid-ranges for Purdue getting tougher and tougher, and Arizona has a chance to extend their lead to double digits. 5 of 16 from the field in the second half for Purdue. That is not going to get the job done. Bradley now drives to the right, and Harris pokes it out. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Does Purdue have one final push here to make this thing closer, or Arizona just going to keep creeping away? That is some move there by Jaden Bradley. He almost certainly traveled, but it's still a pretty good move. Pete now going to work on Clough. Goes right around him, but Clough blocks it, but Pete gets his own rebound, and Arizona are up by 10. The Wildcats are just too big inside. They trailed by 7 at halftime. They now lead by 10. It's a 17-point deficit in the second half for Purdue. CJ Cox is back in the game for the Boilers. It's Braden, guarded by Koa Pete. He's got the mismatch. He wants a clear out. He goes right around Koa Pete, and it's a hip check. It was 38-31 Purdue at half. It is a 28-11 second half so far for Arizona. Tommy Lloyd looking to bring Arizona to the Final Four for the first time in 25 years. And they are 8 minutes and 20 seconds away from doing that. That bump on Braden Smith was their 7th foul, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for the Purdue senior here the Division I all-time assists leader, Braden Smith, hits the front end of the 1-1 to get Purdue to the 50 mark. Braden Smith started 3 of 4 from the field. He is 1 for his last 11, 4 of 15 on the day. Certainly not the way that he wants to go out. He knocks down both free throws, and Purdue is back within 8. The Boilers need a little bit of a resistance here on the defensive end. Pete now driving on Benter. It's kicked. Karchenkov for 3 from the wing. No. And Braden Burries is out of bounds when he tries to save it. So Purdue get the stop. They've forced a few misses here, but they have not gotten the rebound on top of it. And I guess you could say they didn't really get the rebound there either. But Braden Burries, when he landed, that was already out of bounds. That should probably be Arizona ball. Let's see if they challenge it here. It does not look like they will. And it'll be Purdue ball. Not a lot of minutes for Jack Benter today. Just not, he at the 4, they've had to play 2 bigs for most of this game, so he's had to play minutes at the 3, which he's at the 4 here. A bunch of screens for Braden Smith. He gets Burries on him, and Burries is right there with him. It's a nice pass. Clough gets the defender up in the air, and he'll go to the line for 2. So 7:49 remaining here. Arizona leads by 8. Under 8 timeout. We'll be right back. The first free throw by Oscar Clough goes down here as we are back from the break. Arizona has been all-encompassing domination here in the second half. They've turned a 7-point deficit into currently a 7-point lead, and now a 6-point lead because Clough goes 2 for 2. Does Purdue have another burst in them to make this thing close? Or Arizona going to go to the first Final Four in 25 years? We're going to find out here over the next 7.5 minutes. It's a nice screen-the-screener action for Koa Pete. He just misses the layup, but Krivas with the rebound. Burries, corner triple is good. So a missed layup by Koa Pete results in another point for Arizona. That is just really, really unfortunate. Smith and Clough in the pick and roll action here at the top of the key. Purdue trying to switch it. Braden Smith looking for Clough, and he turns it over. Should have just gone up with it himself. It's a fast break, and Karchenkov lays it in, and Arizona is starting to pull away. It's their largest lead of the ball game, and Matt Painter's going to call a timeout. Arizona's defense has been great, and their offense is really starting to churn a little bit. Arizona leads by 11 here. We're going to take a quick break. We are back here in Purdue, down by 11 here with under 7 minutes left. Is it the end of Braden Smith and Trey Kaufman-Renn and Fletcher Lawyer's careers? Lawyer's going to take the long two, and it's no good. Braden Burries with the rebound. Bodies were hitting the floor there. A couple of players slipped. And it's Jaden Bradley in Arizona who walk it across half. 5 of 17 from the field in the second half is not going to get it done. And 20 of 52 certainly isn't either. They have not hit a 3 in the second half. They get it down low to Krivas, and he is fouled by Lawyer. This has been what Purdue has done to other teams in the past when you think about some of their bigs like Isaac Haas, A.J. Hammonds, Caleb Swanigan, Zach Edey. They have been the overwhelming big team, and they are being Purdued right now. Krivas, one of the 7-footers, will go to the line for 2 free throws here. And the first free throw is good, and Arizona lead by 12. Krivas now with 5 points, 9 rebounds. This Arizona team just has 7 really solid players on it. It seems like somebody else is carrying the torch each game, and they're not going to have the stats that really show up, but they have got probably 5 players that are worthy of being on the all-conference team already. And it's a 13-point lead for Arizona. It's a 31-13 run for the Wildcats. Lawyer stepping in to TKR. The short hook shot is no good, and the ball is corralled by Arizona. They're going to say the ball was out of bounds. It hit the underside of the backboard, so it'll stay with Purdue. Matt Painter basically had to run on the floor and remind the refs of that right there. Let's see if it actually did do this. Did it hit the underside of the backboard? It did, yes. That is out of bounds. That's a good call. So it'll stay with Purdue here. 13 points, 6:04 remaining in the game. Kaufman-Renn now with Bradley on it. Just 3 points in the last 2 minutes, and the double team comes here. Kaufman-Renn to CJ Cox. Pull up from the free throw line is good. Gets the nice friendly shooter's roll. and it'll be Arizona ball. 11-point lead for Arizona, under 6 minutes to go. Jaden Bradley and the Wildcats going to take their time here in offense. They're certainly not going to put up an early shot. Karchenkov now slips it through to Krivas, and great ball movement, and Koa Pete punches it through for 2. 20 points for the freshman. Arizona lead by 13 here with over 5 minutes to go. Purdue needs to hit some threes, and they need to hit them fast, and a moving screen by Oscar Clough is not going to help. Painter doesn't like the call. He just, by the looks of it, he just screamed, they've been doing that all game. They have called a moving screen on Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. But it's 13 and a potential to be more here from Arizona. They're going to clear Jaden Bradley and Krivas out here on the left. It's a hedge from Clough. It doesn't get rid of the ball from Bradley. He takes the free throw line jumper, and it's missed. Rebound by Purdue. Braden Smith pulling the other way for the Boilers. TKR slices through, misses the layup. Really good challenge there by Arizona. Now they come the other way with Burries. And now they're going to pull it out and take some clock off here. One of the best second half performances that you will ever see here. I keep reminding everybody, but Arizona trailed by 7 at halftime here, and they are now up by 13 with about 4.5 minutes to go. They're going to call a foul there on Arizona after the missed shot. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. These streams have done really great this year. We will not be doing one tomorrow. We will have to see about the Final Four, and then we will definitely be doing the national championship game. So Oscar Clough will go to the line, the loose ball foul. Brings them over the limit, and they've been over the limit. It's a 1-1 for Arizona, or for Clough and Purdue. And he makes the first. Oscar Clough came over from South Dakota State in a transfer to play his final season of college basketball. Perhaps these are the last few minutes of his college career. The Boilermaker team's going to look a little bit different next year with so many players leaving. They've already got Caden Pierce from Princeton. They've got a few freshmen. They have a few red shirts who are not playing this year. The Boiler Black and Gold is going to be occupied by a few different people next year. 68-57 for Arizona here. They're up by 11 with just over 4 minutes to go. Koa Pete barrels inside, and it's blocked by TKR. Braden looking for a 3 in transition at CJ Cox, and that's way off. Rebound is controlled by Oscar Clough, so a really nice play. TKR to Lawyer. Now out to Braden Smith. Goes baseline. Lawyer, corner 3. Rattles out. Man, that is a brutal miss there. That would have brought it to within 8. We are owed a media timeout at the next whistle. And Arizona with 3 timeouts left. They're not going to use them. 0 for 6 from 3 in the second half for Purdue. Burries travels through, and he is fouled. So it'll be 2 free throws for Burries on the other side of this timeout. Arizona, 3 minutes and 28 seconds left away from their first Final Four in 25 years. We'll be back. We are back from the final media timeout. Arizona's taking control of this one in the second half. An 18-point lead in the second half for Arizona. It is 2 free throws for either Pete or Burries here, I forget. But Arizona's taken high quality shots around the rim, and they've turned the water off on the defensive end. Just 19 points in the second half for Purdue so far. And it's Burries at the line, and he makes the first. If you're planning on watching the games tomorrow, it is not the same time as today. They're moved up, give or take 3 or 4 hours because it's a Sunday. So I believe it's 2 and 5:45. So Arizona up 13 here as Burries goes 2 for 2. They're 20 for 22 from the free throw line. That is pretty good from Arizona. It's going to win them a lot of games. Lawyer puts the ball on the floor, and it's Burries who gets it, and it's Karchenkov who lays it in for 2. And Arizona leads by 15 with 3 minutes to go. Looks like these are going to be the final few minutes of Purdue senior's career. It's a push shot by TKR that's in for 2. And it's going to be the end of an era for Matt Painter and the Boilers here. Fletcher Lawyer and Braden Smith came into the thick of things as freshmen guards, leading this team to a number 1 seed. They lost to Fairleigh Dickinson, went to the championship game in year 2, Sweet 16 last year, and now it's going to be an Elite 8 exit this time around. Purdue didn't have the regular season that they thought they would. They finished 7th place in the Big Ten, but they ended up winning the Big Ten tournament and then making the Elite 8 here. So it's a pretty good thing after all. It's a mid-range from Bradley that's in, and Arizona retained their 15-point lead here. Braden Smith to the hoop. The shot is no good, but it's out of bounds off of Arizona, so it'll stay here with Purdue. You'd have to think at this point that maybe Matt Painter is thinking about getting his seniors off the floor one last time. It is going to take a lot to beat this Arizona team this year. If I had to pick, they've looked the best so far. They've only lost twice. It was within a 4-day span. It was at the Fog, and then it was at home to JT Toppin and Texas Tech. Kaufman-Renn spinning right into Awaka, and it's good. So it's an and 1 for TKR. He spun right into the guy there, and Awaka fouls him, and he still finds a way to make it. In terms of Matt Painter and Purdue, they have been a 4 seed or better 9 seasons in a row. And next year, things are going to look a little bit different. But there's still 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in this one. The free throw by TKR is no good, and it's Krivas with the rebound. Burries brings it across. It's a double stagger. Now Koa Pete kicks it out to Karchenkov, who drives baseline, picks up his dribble, and he lays it in. Acrobatic finish there by Karchenkov. And Arizona is back up by 15. A minute and a half to go. Lawyer comes on the curl, gets the 3, and he's no good. Rebound by Arizona. Burries and the Wildcats fans can start to feel it. The 25-year drought is about to come to an end. Burries drives past Smith, kicks it to Krivas, who spins. The teardrop is no good, rebounded by TKR. A minute to go here in the Purdue careers for Braden Smith, Fletcher Lawyer, Trey Kaufman-Renn, and Oscar Clough. It's a short roll for TKR. He barrels through, and the layup rattles out. There's about 19 seconds left in between the game and the shot clock. I think for sure Purdue is going to want to get their players off the floor and give these fans who came all the way to California something to cheer for one last time. See if Arizona's going to try and score here or take the shot clock violation. Burries is just going to throw it up, and he knocks it down. Wow, what a shot by Braden Burries. And that is just a great example for how this game is going to go. Arizona's not playing defense. Lawyer hits a triple, and it's a 15-point game. And it looks like Purdue's not going to take out their starters. So no swan song, no curtain call for Purdue. And the Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer era for the Boilermakers has come to an end. Arizona back in the Final Four for the first time in 25 years. They advanced to the Final Four 36-2. Purdue finished their season at 30-9. The Wildcats look really, really solid. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. I will see you next time.